Hello and welcome to Shop Talk with Dan the Man. Today's video, we're going to be discussing these two drills. These are made by Ryobi. One's an impact driver and the other is a regular cordless drill. Stay tuned to find out more. Hello, if you're new to this channel, my name is Dan Shannon. I enjoy woodworking as a hobby and being out in the shop. On this channel, dive deep into my shop as we explore tools and tool reviews, as well as chatting about everything related to woodworking. If this grabs you by the tool belt, please subscribe to my channel if you want more videos like this. Welcome back to Shop Talk with Dan the Man. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thanks for tuning back in. Today we're just going to discuss these two drills. One's an impact and the other is just your basic drill. We're going to see the features of each tool and then we're going to jump into some hands-on usage, and then of course in the end I'm going to do my final thoughts on both these products. So let's jump on into the features of both drills. Features. Okay, so the first drill we have here is model number P235AVN. And this is Ryobi's impact driver. Now, the features on this, it's pretty straightforward. There's not a whole lot going on, but we'll still dive into it and give you a view on that. So you're going to notice at the top you have your forward and reverse side switch, and then on the front you have your trigger, and on the very front you're going to have your release for your bits. So you just pull it forward, the bit slides in, and then it snaps in, which is great. It doesn't fall out. It's not going to have any issues once you get your bit in there. So that's really nice. On the back side, pretty straightforward. Not a whole lot going on, just your vents. As you move down, you have a nice grip for your handle. And I really like what they did on the front. They have a symbol here. It's a magnet symbol. So if you have any screws, anything lying around while you're working, it'll just magnetize and keep that there on the tool. So I really like that magnet that they included. I think it's a great feature for a drill. And then on the front, you have your bit storage. It just snaps in there very nicely and stays put when you're not using it. Some tools will have two bits, one for here, one on the back. This one just has the front. And of course you have your battery pack on the bottom, and then you have your LEDs for your battery pack. But you can buy this tool bare with nothing, no battery, no nothing. So if you have Ryobi tools already, this is a great add-on to your collection that you have already with having the bare tool, and then of course your batteries at home. So that's pretty much it for features on this impact driver. It's got your model information on the sticker and anything else that you'd like to know. RPMs on here as well. So that shows you that information. Yeah, so it feels good in the hand. It's got a bit of weight to it, but it is an impact driver. So they're known for sinking in big leg bolts and lots of screws. So they got a lot of torque to them. So there should be some good weight to it. All right, so we'll dive into, so that was the impact driver. Then we're going to dive into the drill. So let's dive into the drill now. So let's take the battery off the impact driver. We'll set that aside, and then we'll slip into the drill. So this model is P209D. And this is your standard drill. cordless for any type of job site. You can either use regular bits or you can get into drill bits. So we'll do that with the hands-on. So this drill, pretty straightforward as well. Similar features to this one. You have your toggle switch forward and reverse, your trigger on the front, nice grip going down to the base. You have a bit holder on the front, no magnet though. You know, it would have been nice if they had a magnet there, but you know, it is what it is. So just for the bit holder on the front, and of course, so on the front you just have your insert for your bit, and then you have your clutch on the back side. So as you're drilling or screwing, depending on the force that you want to use, you can just rotate this. Right now it's on strictly drill, so there's no chuck that it will engage. It'll go until the power stops, but you can change it up to 22 for your clutch. So that way it gives you that variety. And most drills, I would say, that I've used anyways, have that clutch on them. So you can kind of customize your drill bit or your screwdriver, whatever you're using accessory wise for this drill. And yeah, that's pretty much it on here for features. You know, it's fairly heavy, but it's not too bad. You know, weight wise, does it balance? You know, it's a little bottom heavy. I also have a bigger battery. This is 4 amp hour on the tool itself. So you had a lighter battery, of course, it would change your weight ratio on the drill. But yeah, it feels pretty good in the hands. So let's jump into some hands-on with these two and see what they're capable. So hands-on. Okay, so we're here with the hands-on. I'm using Ryobi's impact driver. So I just got a 3.5 inch screw. We're just going to see how this sinks down into the wood using the impact driver. Now, one thing to note, this version of impact compared to other ones, there's variable speeds for different brands. This one, there's no variable speed. It's just whatever you get for power, that's it. You know, which is fine. I do prefer the variable speed. My rigid one has 3 gears on the top, so I can slide between first gear to third gear depending on what I'm drilling or what I'm impacting. So that's a great feature. But you know, for the average person, depending on how often you're going to use it and your budget, this might be the right fit for you. So let's go ahead and try this out. So you can start off slow. This is a variable speed trigger, which is nice. It's not all or nothing. So you can slow it down yourself, which you notice how I started that screw just a little bit on the trigger. And then of course, as you pull, you get that more power. So that is a great feature for this tool that Ryobi does have for doing these screws. All right, so let's put this in. It's got a lot of power. Buried that, no problem. So as you can tell, it's got ample power. It's going to handle any type of job that you put at it. I sunk that screw like it was nothing. And that noise you heard between the drill type noise and then that kind of pounding, that was the impact doing its job. So inside, if you're not familiar with impact and how it works, there's a little lever that breaks free and kind of pushes on the bit, gives it a little hammer type motion, which also turns and pounds it at the same time. Very cool technology. It's been out for a while now, but I really enjoy it and I do a lot of work. Actually, yesterday I spent about 8 hours fixing up my deck, ripped some boards off, did some structuring underneath, and my impact was perfect for that. So yeah, it does the job great. So let's jump into the drill now and see how that handles. All right, so we have the Ryobi drill now. I put a decent sized bit, as you can tell, on there. I just want to see how it will perform with this wood. Also, it's good to note, make sure your clutch is at the drill setting, because if you have it on any other setting for the clutch, it will not drill proper. So make sure it has full power non-stop right there. This also doesn't have a 2-speed adjustment on the top or anywhere else on the drill, but it's like a lot of stuff. It depends on what you're doing with it, and if you're screwing a pilot hole, you know, this drill will work perfect. You know, maybe if you're doing some bigger bits, spade bits, different things, you might want that variable speed adjustment. But at the end of the day, you got to weigh everything, what you're doing with it, and you know, your needs. So let's see if this will go into the wood, you know, very, very easily, or whether it will have a struggle. So let's try this out now. We'll do another hole. So as you can see here, I drilled 2 holes quite easily with this. Was it fast? It would have been a lot faster if they had two speed adjustments for more power, but it doesn't. But did it do the job at the end of the day? It did. So I would say, depending on what you're doing, you know, this would be a great fit for your shop. All right, so now that we tested out both tools, I gave you a preview of each tool. One, the impact sinking the screw, and then a couple holes with this drill. Let's jump into some final thoughts. Okay, so some final thoughts on these Ryobi impact and drill products. I would say at the end of the day, like I say many times on my videos, no matter how big or how small your shop is, just get out and enjoy it. So whether that's with Ryobi tools, Rigid, DeWalt, Makita, list goes on, just get out and enjoy your shop. And with that comes your budget, and with that comes your overall needs. So these tools definitely have a place for your shop, depending on what you're doing. So I would say the average homeowner that hangs a picture every so often, or that needs to drill a hole the odd time, this drill can't be beat. Works great. It works surprisingly well with a big bit on it. I was quite surprised myself to see this bit go through that wood, just because, you know, it's not a very expensive tool, but yet it still does the job. Same with the impact driver. This works well. It put the screw in no problem. It does have quite a bit of weight compared to other drills that I've used that have more power. But then again, there's the trade-off, the price and your shop and what you're doing. So I would say for the average homeowner, especially if you're in the Ryobi lineup. So what I mean by that is, do you have other products that are Ryobi? And if you do, these would be a great addition to your shop. And I personally think every shop should have an impact and a drill on hand at any given time, because you never know what you're going to do, whether it's swapping out a board on a deck, or if you're building a shelf or putting a project together. You know, both these tools are handy. And you might say, I use the driver all the time, but the drill I barely use. However, to use drill bits, you can't use an impact driver. You have to use a drill. So just for that alone. If you have to make a pilot hole or countersink something, you're going to need a drill. So to buy these together in a combo with, say, a battery charger would be a great addition to your shop. I myself have rigid ones, and I borrowed these from a friend of mine just to do a review, to give you a preview of what Ryobi products and their drill lineup is like. So once again, you know, is it a great product? Will it last a long time? Time will tell, and it also depends on the wear and tear aspect. And that goes for any tool. You know, they're not capable of lasting forever. So if you use them here and there around the house, these should last you a very long time based on your needs and your tool usage. So once again, thanks for watching today's video. And if you haven't yet and you'd like to, please click on that subscribe button down there to be part of the Shop Talk family. I appreciate your views and watching my channel, and hopefully you learned something today, or at least looked at Ryobi tools and maybe what they can offer for your shop. So thanks for watching, and have yourself a great day. Bye.